Alright, next up we have Guile. As usual, gonna do all 10. It's a basic combo. I won't explain it, I'll just do it. And if it looks like it's a little complicated, needs a little bit of explanation, I'll do it. Then I'll cut right to me completing the combo. So let's get it started. Alright, so Guile is a charge character, so I like to briefly explain how I go about charge moves. So in this case, and pretty much in every case, Guile has two different charges. He has his back, forward, for Sonic Wing, down, up, kick. So with that in mind, depending on what combo they're calling for, you have to find out the best way to charge and cancel off whatever normal is going on. In this case, it's pretty simple. You have a jumping heavy kick, crouching medium punch, and you gotta do down up kick. So usually what I do in this case is as soon as I jump, I'm already holding down. And all I gotta do is land my normal. And then once the medium punch comes out, I go ahead and let the flash kick fly. That's pretty much all there is to that. I'm sure it'll get a little bit more complicated later on, but that's basically how I do it. I gotta think about when I can charge and when it doesn't mess up my combos, or where it makes most sense. Alright, so for number 2, we have the other charge move. And another thing to keep in mind if you don't know, let's say you're not a charge character user, is that when it says you can hold back and forward, what it's saying is any direction that's back. So that means crouching down, back, back, and up back. So you can keep that in mind when you're trying to buffer into your specials or supers or whatever you're trying to do. So in this case, we have just a typical 3-hit combo, but the whole time you have to think to yourself, when and where is the best way to charge and what direction should I do? So in this case, standing medium punch, well, when you do a jumping heavy kick, you're not going to be able to just jump and hold down back. So what you need to do is you have to jump and hold back. Now, this is kind of a long combo, so you don't necessarily need to charge from the earliest point, but that's just the way I've always used Guile and any other charge character, is that I'm always charging no matter what direction. So I'm charging, I'm doing stuff, then I can throw out a super whenever a special whenever I want to, and it's always charged, even if it's unnecessarily long. So in this case, I might not need to do hold back and medium punch, so like this. I can actually probably do this combo by just do this, and then start charging and do it. I might be cutting it close to the timing, but I can still do it that way. But generally, as a charge character, if you start using them, you're going to be charging in some sort of direction no matter what you're doing. And in this case, if you're charging down and back, you're actually charging down up and back forward. So if you're not aware, obviously, if you have a down up, I know he's kind of creeping up on Ryu there, whether you're down forward or down back, it doesn't matter which up direction you go, you'll get a splash kick. Up forward, up back, down up, doesn't really matter. So that's the nice thing to know. And once you understand that about charge characters, they're really a lot of fun, and their combos are pretty easy to do. You just have to understand how to buffer at the right time. Alright, so for number 3 we have a target combo, and one thing you need to understand is that for the majority of target combos, you can do them pretty fast, especially when they start off with a light version. So in this case, you'll notice 1, 2, maybe that was too fast, 1, 2, it comes out really fast, and you need to combo into a crouching light punch. Nothing too difficult here, but the problem is how do we get the charge for the heavy flash kick? So what you need to do is as soon as you hit light punch, or as soon as you hit light kick, you want to hit down right after. Like that. It doesn't need to be immediately after, but the longer you have it, the more likely you'll have enough charge that when you do land the light punch, you need to cancel that light punch into the heavy flash. Which can be a little tricky, but just gotta practice a little bit. So from here, the sooner you hold down, the better chance you'll have of getting a flash hit, because you have very little time between the second part of the target combo into the crouching light punch in order to get your charge in and cancel. So you just have to keep that in mind. 1, 2, 1, 2. As soon as you start that combo, start charging and get ready for if that crouching light punch connects. Have that special, have the flash kick buffered, and you should be ready to go. Alright, number 5, another example of how to do a move and then immediately go to your charge. Nothing too crazy here. You get a lot of time to hold back. Actually, as soon as you hit forward the heavy punch, go back. Well, that wasn't right. But once you do that and you hold back, you'll have plenty of charge and just throw that EX out and there shouldn't be any problem. Alright, for number 7, this one could be a little bit tricky because normally when you do your jump-in attack, you might be in charge mode. But the problem with that is that you have to do a standing heavy punch, which is kind of like an uppercut. So if you're here, you have to do that into a crouching medium, but have charge so you can do a heavy sonic boom. That's really the hard part about this. The rest of it really isn't. So in order to do crouching medium punch, boom into super, when you do the sonic boom, you're already doing half the super. So all you're doing from there is just hitting back, forward, punch again. So practice that on its own. You can do that like 3 times. That part's actually easy because you don't have to do any extra inputs. It's all cancelable. So the hard part is getting the boom to come out after a crouching medium. And the best way to do it is as soon as you hit the heavy punch button, you want to hit down and back. You're going to want to practice this until you can land the medium punch and have enough time to get the sonic boom to come out. Usually, because the timing is so strict, is I feel like I need to wait longer. So what happens is he ends up blocking. He ends up blocking my medium punch. But then if I do it too soon, I might not be able to cancel into the boom. And even still, I can't get this a lot. But this is going to be the hardest part. That's what I do. You really have to be strict and tell yourself, as soon as you hit that heavy punch, charge. You need every millisecond you can grab of charge after that. There, so even me, it takes me forever to do it, so I don't practice or use this character. But get that down, you'll be able to do it, and just be ready to see that medium punch hit. Boom it, super, done. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright guys, number 8 looks like a lot, but it's really not that bad. You gotta break this up into a couple different parts. Then you gotta worry about doing the flash kick near the end. So just like any normal combo, you got your jump in heavy, your crouch. You know what to do here with the sonic boom. Now, when you do the sonic boom, you have to do V-trigger. While you're doing the V-trigger, you should already be used to this, but as soon as you do your sonic boom, you're hitting down, back, V-trigger, and then after it activates, you gotta throw the V-trigger's EX boom out. Now, of course, you know that if you hit extra buttons at the end of it, let's do it here. You can do extra hits. So in this case, you're doing 2 extra hits after. So let's do a fresh V-trigger. V-trigger. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And that's really all there is to this one. It's not that bad. Just don't go crazy with hitting all the buttons, and make sure you're charging your EX flash kick while you're doing the extra hits of your sonic booms, and you should be able to get this one. It's not that bad. Alright, so number 9 can be pretty tricky because you have to cancel a flash kick into a super. And it's a little awkward because you're doing a down-up charge and you have to also cancel that somehow into a super. So usually what I do, maybe I'll do it from this side to kind of better illustrate. I'm a little better on this side. So what I'm doing here is I'm going down, back. What I'm going to do next is up, forward, flash kick. I hit 2 buttons at the same time. So I'm going to do flash kick. After I do flash kick, which is up, forward, I'm actually going to go back, forward after. So I'm going to do down, back, up, forward, and then back, forward. So it's a little awkward. Let's get that flash kick to come out. And it's really weird. Especially since if you don't get your flash kick to come out, you get all kinds of different things to come out. But that's what I'm doing. I'm down, back, up, forward, flash kick, and I'm doing back, forward to do the super. It's really fast, it's hard to see, but I'll definitely put this in slow motion so you can see what's going on there. And that's really it. Now the hard part about this combo is that you have to charge that flash kick as soon as you do the standing heavy counter. Flip them up, you're going to want to practice this like that, and the lower the flash kick hits, the better, because it has to be close enough in order to cancel it. And once you can do that a few times, practice the flash kick into super with that method I just told you. If you're using a fight stick, if you're using a game controller, it's going to be a little bit harder for you. But what I used to do is down, forward, up, forward, and then I kind of like thumb back, down, and forward. It's a little tricky, but once you get the motion down, it shouldn't be too bad. It will cancel nicely, assuming the flash kick comes out. There, and that's pretty much all there is to this one. It's going to take you a while to get it, but it's not too bad. Alright, we are on the last one for Guile. Hopefully you're enjoying this video up to this point. If you are, make sure you give me a like and give me a comment. Lets me know that I should keep on going. Number 10, there's a lot to this, but it really isn't that bad. The thing is, when you do your counter, you have to walk forward just a little bit. So, you do this, and then you try to do a standing heavy punch, you're going to be way too far away. But the problem is, especially with Guile, is that as you're walking forward, you still have the input for forward, which means if you hit heavy punch, you're going to get the spinning back twist, which is something that you're just going to have to figure out. So you practice that a little bit. You just have to move a little bit. It looks like you're moving farther than you are, but it's really not that bad. What I'll usually do is I'll hold forward and I'll let go and then hit. From there, you're pretty much golden if you can land that heavy punch. Then you do a V trigger. Just like in previous, you need to be able to set up for your charge. So as soon as you hit V trigger, hurry up and hit crouching so that you can charge up. You hit the medium punch into your sonic boom, you'll be in V trigger. So what you can do from there, you can see you can hit punch button 4 more times. So what you're going to want to do throughout that whole time is also still be holding back as soon as you do your boom, like this. Well, I guess not like that. So you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and do it from here. We're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. and then you have to, after the last one hits, you have to just do the super. I don't think you have to cancel the last hit. You just have to make sure that it's hitting while you're doing the super. You could do that last part by itself. Put yourself in Z-trigger mode. You'll know that you're gonna do it if you cancel correctly. If it just comes out really early, like you'll notice, like in that point it came out pretty good. So it's pretty hard. It's gonna take you a while to do it. Don't go crazy with mashing the punch buttons. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wait just like maybe half a second before your super. And try to time it just as the last one's about to hit, or just after, and you should be alright with this one. Alright, that's going to do it for Guile. All 10 trials are done. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, throw me a like, throw me a comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.